All right, so let's use an API, a third-party API, to be able to retrieve data from some other database that is exposing their data through the several web service endpoints. Okay. This one in particular allows you to search the IMDb database, right, of movies, right? That you can search by title, by genre, by type, whether it's a movie or a TV series. You can provide several parameters here that allow you to search in different ways. Okay? And they give you examples on creating these searches and what the URL should be for querying it. The base URL is the actual domain name for the website, and then appended to that, you can append several things here. One of the things that you need to append is the API key. That's my API key. Don't use my API key. Plus, then you can provide search criteria, right? And like for instance, just a generic search term, right? That will try to pattern match that against director names or actors or anything in the plot or movie names, title movie names, and things like that. So if you query that, it comes back with a JSON object. The nice thing about this particular API is that it supports CORS, right? Meaning that I can do this search from my browser, right? Meaning I can programmatically use JavaScript to make these queries back to the server, to their servers. If they don't support CORS, then you have a couple of other options, right? JSON-P, like we looked at the Flickr API, for instance, is an example of a JSON-P API. Or you can use a server-side proxy queries, right? And then I'll show you an example of that a little later. Right. So first, let's look at this one. If it supports CORS, it is the simplest solution, right? So if you can find an API that already supports CORS, that's the simplest solution, right? All right. So let's play around with this. What I'd like to be able to do is to programmatically be able to do this query from within JavaScript, okay, instead of having to do this from the client, right? Here we're searching for a particular title. There's another one that allows you to be able to query by ID. Notice that this one is an object. If we copy it, we can bring it over to a JSON editor, an online JSON editor. We can paste it in here. Oops, why is this showing this way? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we can paste it in there. Oops. Copy. Paste. And it has a particular schema. And all the results are in this search object, in search array. And the array, each object in this array has the schema of a title, year, IMDb, the type, and the poster. Okay, and they all have the same data type. The same schema. Now notice that they all have this primary key, right? That if you take that back into the API and you plug that with the parameter I, you can feed an ID, primary key for that particular movie, and this one comes back with more information about that one particular movie. Right? Notice that this query returns just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields for the movie. But if you give it a particular ID, it'll come back with much more information, right? So this one is meant for returning a collection of objects that meet a particular criteria. Also provides some meta information, like for instance how many total results there are. You can use that for pagination. Because by default it returns 10 at a time, right? You can change that what the page size is, right? And then you can ask, well, give me page 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So you paginate through a long list of things, right? But if you provide the ID, right, it comes back with more information about that one particular movie. So if we paste that in there, okay, notice that it comes back with a raw JSON object, not an array, an object that has more information, not only the title, the year, and so on and so forth, but also has the writers, the directors, the genre, the running time, the actors, has a plot, short plot, has a poster, has ratings from the Internet Movie Database, from IMDb, from Rotten Tomatoes, and from Metacritic. Right, so it has quite a few other information in there. Box office, how much it made, and so on and so forth. Everybody good? So we certainly can do it at the search bar in the browser. That's not an issue, right? We can certainly do that. What we'd like to be able to do this is programmatically, right, from JavaScript. Okay, and that's what we want to play around this now.